Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak Part 47. In the previous video we started doing our quests finally, which is pretty cool. We did a little mystery discount blue block quest, and now we're trying to figure out who stole a watch, or who had a watch stolen from them 20 years ago. 20 years ago, old man snatched a dude's locket here. If we can find somebody who was working here back then, that'd help. We'll probably talk to the old guy. We can't just walk up and ask, that'd be a bit suspicious. Best course of action would be finding an employee and sort of working our way towards that slowly. Can we just lie and be like, hey, I was hired to find this locket that was lost 20 years ago? Dude is really broken up about it. I mean, I doubt you were working here 20 years ago. Can I just ask the old guy? The dude who almost assuredly was here 20 years ago? I do wish that president might, sorry, pay me no attention. I am but one of the many entrusted you. Okay. I think I just missed that line the first time we talked to him. Sorry to interrupt. We're from Archive Solutions and we're trying to dig up some info on a case that happened here. Do you remember any instance of theft here at the hotel around 20-ish years ago? How old do you think I am? You call me old, fucker? Theft? Let me think. I've been working here for a while, but I don't remember anything about that. Swing and a miss then. We did have a major incident here 20 years ago, but I don't think it's what you're referring to. What happened? Triple homicide? I'd prefer to keep this on the down low, but if it helps the investigation. 20 years ago, the hotel was attacked by terrorists. Damn, even the Capitol gets pot shots every now and then, huh? Yes, it claimed the life of Senator Taylor and his family. The staff at the time had no idea what to make of it. Some of us thought it was some sort of conspiracy. Okay, when I said triple homicide, I was kind of like joking, but that's actually worse, potentially. Unless it was a very small family. Man, the whole family just got wiped out like that? We're not 100% sure. The government quickly swooped in and kept all the information under wraps. In truth, we still don't know if there were any survivors among his family. Now that I think about it, Senator Polanski may know more about the incident. He and Taylor were colleagues, I believe. Thanks. I'll chat him up. Old man said he nicked somebody's locket. Well, that smells like a cover-up to me. Maybe he had a hand in that attack, too. Yeah, it's got me suspicious, too, but let's do some more digging before we try and jump to conclusions. Also, I don't know about talking to a dude named Polanski in France. I didn't really pay attention to your name the first time until I had to say it out loud, but...
Let me ask you something.
Got an achievement. Like a real achievement, not like a fake achievement. All achievements are fake. Yeah, okay. Maybe to you, they're real to me. Hey there, sorry to butt in. We're from Archive Solutions and we're digging around for some info on the incident that happened here. Mind if we pull you aside for a sec? I see. Well, I don't mind. May I step away for a bit, Jennifer? Of course, I'll be here enjoying my tea. An incident, you say? What might you be referring to, and what would I know about it? It's about Senator Taylor. That incident 20 years ago. Who told you? I have my sources. Sounds so much more impressive than like, yeah, I just talked to the first person I saw in here. They told me the deets. It sounds way more impressive to be like, I have my sources. I can't reveal them. I only know them via code name, and I receive transmissions from them via smoke signal once every waxing gibbous of the moon. I got something delivered to his next of kin if he's got any. Actually, just to make sure, can you confirm this guy in the photo here is Taylor? Age since I've seen that face. I guess if it is just 3 of, so that's probably just a double homicide then. So that's actually not as bad as my joke. So that's good. Called it. Old man wasn't just robbing the place. He was in cahoots with the terrorists. Well, not necessarily. You mind filling us in what happened that day? Well, if it would help your investigation, I suppose I can tell you what I know. Taylor was a fellow Republican Party member. He and I weren't particularly close, but I respected him as a political ally. He was especially active on the subject of race relations. He had a flair for these passionate, fiery speeches in Parliament. No cock of the walk, eh? Yeah, but right at his highest, he got wiped out just like that. I'll never forget that night. He was staying here for a family vacation. They came into the hotel in the dead of night and gunned him down in his sleep. I heard his son miraculously survived, but both he and his wife were killed. Man, I had no idea. Bunch of cowards. Couldn't beat him in a debate, so they shut him up by force. You know where the kid is now? I'm afraid I don't, sorry. He was good friends with a man named Huck. Memory serves, he may be able to help you. Huck! Who likes to... Last I heard, he was living in Old Town. If his address hasn't changed since then, you could find him there. Rings a bell, don't it? Yep, our old favorite bathhouse lech, if I had to bet. 50 Mir says he's up at the Lolly right now. Ah, you're acquainted. Good, good. That should make things easier. Best of luck with the investigation. Taylor's son deserves closure on that terrible, terrible day. Alright. Make sure everybody's still marked, right? Yep. You say anything? No, yes. Oh, sorry to keep you waiting. Think nothing of it? You don't have me asking. It doesn't matter. You don't seem yourself. Just waxing nostalgia. We were talking about an old colleague of mine. Enough about me. Let's get back to the matter at hand. How we're gonna whip those patriot sons of bitches in the next election, ain't that right? One of these days, man. Where is this dude? He's in Old Town?
Taking off now.
You guys, none of you guys look young enough to be the kid. Oh, I need to do topic.
Can we talk?
Hey there, you folks look pretty glum. What's going on? You know, when Huck gets all bummed out, you know, he just goes out and has himself a quick... We're in the middle of investigating a politician for a job, you see? Now, I understand you left no stone unturned, eh? Dug up a lot of stuff meant to stay buried. Anyway, up. Taylor and I were good friends. We debate all sorts of things over drinks, like policies to diminish racial disparity and such. No kidding, here I thought all you did was sweat it at the sauna. That's because Huck manages a well-established investment firm. People like that always have connections with the top brass column. Because sure you really can't judge a book by its cover. That's okay, I'd rather say it like that. I prefer how people treat me when they don't know. Back on track. This guy's son is still alive. This guy's son is still alive, yeah? You got any idea where he went? That I do. His name is Roderick. Don't think we know a Roderick? After the attack, I believe he went to live with some relatives in Altier. Well, that's not close. As for what he's up to these days, I have no clue. Gotcha. Facts looking for someone who does them. One more question while I still got you here. You know what happened to the culprit? Both Brits, actually, but I do. There were two of them. They went on the run after the fact, but got caught sometime later. Their testimony suggested there had been some friction for a while. They mentioned something about an intruder letting the kid get away, and that they thought someone was selling him out. I understand Roderick's own recollection of what happened is pretty hazy. So that kind of makes it sound like he was trying to rob the guy as the hit went down, maybe? Like they're two unaffiliated parties? Or, well, what do you say? Something about an intruder letting the kid get away. Yeah, I'm thinking, because at first I was kind of second guessing myself for a second, and maybe it meant like intruder, like somebody who was part of their group that wasn't really a member. Or something like they felt like they got betrayed, but I think they're just saying there was a, you know, the dude was skulking about as it happened. I'm curious about this intruder letting the kid escape. An intruder, that's interesting. Maybe I can see the bigger picture now. Think about it. I might know somebody who'd have an idea about Roderick's whereabouts these days. You should talk to the editor-in-chief of the Tyrrell Times. She was all over that case back in the day. With any luck, she might still be keeping up with it. Wouldn't hurt to ask at the very least. Good to know. Hopefully we'll save us the trouble of sniffing out the info ourselves. Thanks, Huck. Owe you one. Won't say no to gratuity. Think some milk gelato will do just fine after a long soak. Sure thing. I'll remember to hook you up with some later. I wasn't talking about later now, Sonny. Guess the next stop on this involuntary city tour is Tyrell Times then. This gig's been a big pain in the ass. You know anything about Roderick, you little... I think they're sus. I think they're sus. What are all these people? Oh, it's the Sunday schools. And what? There's so many dots. I don't remember talking to so many dots.
Taking off now.
Skirt.
Hey, did you see?
Where's the Tyrell Times? Oh yeah, did I not talk to you guys in here? I feel like we never actually came in here now I think about it. I get to write a column for the business pages. Yay. I guess it's falling on me to do some interview piece on a celebrity. You said business pages. Editor figured it'd be essential someone at the literature section, but honestly I suck at these kind of things. Makes me wish I was more like Mariel. She can just drive headfirst in anything, it's no big deal. She was telling me that Longboard is a ghost ship. Can you believe that shit? A ship of ghosts. Guess I better do some research on the interviewee before we meet so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. I see, Mariel disappeared on me again. Where did she go this time? Mariel took off earlier today. She was positively brimming with energy. And it's great that she's so passionate about her job, but I'm worried she's pushing herself too hard. She got attacked by that monster, for instance. She came back to fetch a change of clothes and got right back into the field. Then she extended her stay in Longport last month without getting permission. She may have some trouble in her future. It's wonderful that she's so passionate about her job, but I'm concerned that she'll run into some trouble in the future. Now think about it. Mariel seems awfully interested in that reporter from Meld magazine. Could she... ... No, I shouldn't let preconceptions cloud my judgment. Knowing her, she's probably just being tenacious. I'm sure that's it. When it comes to the presidential office activities, I'll leave the negotiations with the Patriot League senators to you. I don't like going this route, but your connections to the administration and the press corps' information networks are too valuable in this instance. I understand. I'll be happy to look into it for you. I'll start by reaching out to members that I'm on good terms with and proceed with there. That said, perhaps you consider making use of the press corps' benefits more often. The Tyrell Times only has so much reach on its own. I won't. I think it's important we maintain this balance. In this day and age, there are a lot of questions about what our job is as journalists and how we should go about it. It's important this organization maintains and upholds its ideals. The last thing you want to do is disrespect the legacy of my grandfather. Very well. I'll consider this a special case so that you and your organization can hold on to your pride. Also, are you bothered by the little gremlin standing right next to us while we're talking? It's kind of freaking rude, man. Dude's got no respect for personal space. When you're a reporter, you got nothing to lose by building up some solid relationships with politicians. Of course, there's a certain line you can't ever cross, but the fact remains they're valuable assets. On that note, I wonder how my contacts at the old Rocksmith administration are doing these days. I won't deny his methods give results, but in this day and age, there are a lot of questions about what our job is as journalists and how we should go about it. That's why I'm happy to have principled up-and-comers like Mariel on staff. That said, her zealous energy is a bit concerning, admittedly.
Can we talk?
Hey there, Chief. Got an assignment right now, so hoping we could talk to you about if you got a minute. Van Arkwright, we meet again. You know any good reporter doesn't give up her scoops without a good reason. Tell me what brings you here and we'll take it from there. I think I'll be pretty interested in this one. It's got to do with the terrorism case from a couple decades ago. Told you know about? I see. Someone's done their homework. Definitely earning your keep on this assignment of yours, I see. You guys just say I see 3 times in a row? You see, I see? Or, and I see? Use I see in the same text box? It's illegal. When in exchange, you have to promise to report back on how everything turns out to once it's over. Deal? What, they're gonna turn this into an article or something? More or less. Certainly has the makings of a story worth bringing to light. If it turns out I'm wrong, no problem. I'll keep it to myself. Works for me. You got yourself a deal. So as it happens, I'm still investigating that case, even if it's never been made public. Partly it's to bring justice for the surviving family, but also to keep the pressure on the anti-immigrant groups that would do such a thing. Suffice to say, I'm well aware of what Roderick's up to these days. Good to know. Now quit beating around the bush and spit it out. Once he grew up, Roderick became a young entrepreneur, and a promising one at that. He travels around cutting business deals, and he keeps Edith as his home base. I've interviewed him on a number of occasions over the years, not just as a survivor of that case, but also to discuss his business ventures. Sounds like an impressive guy. Must have inherited his dad's ambition to make a difference. I can try and call him his mobile terminal and arrange a meeting for you if you'd like. I can't make any promises, but do you want me to try? Sure, I appreciate it. Hi, Roderick. How are you? This is the Editor-in-Chief, Sullivan, from the Tyrrell Times. I wanted to ask... You're all set? Luckily for you, he just so happens to be nearby. He said he would wait for you later at the Terrace over by the station. Awesome. Worked out perfect then. There's more. There's something else he was hoping you two could do for him in return. He wants you to bring your client, the owner of the locket, with you when you meet him. I get why he'd ask that, but I got my doubts that Grandpa's gonna play ball. Won't know for sure until we ask him. We'll bring it up with him when we give him our progress report. Fingers crossed. Good luck, Spriggan. Make sure to come talk to me once everything's over. Yeah, I will. A deal's a deal. Or whatever. Let's ring the guy up and get the show on the road. This is Van Arcraft from Arcraft Solutions. I wanted to ask... Great, see you then. How'd it go? Didn't say much. For now, we're just linking up at the Riverside Bridge. We'll fill him in on everything once we meet him in person. Fair enough. Okay, you just wait there, my pretty. We will come back and talk to you at a later date.
Taking off now.
I was hoping to hear from you, Spriggan. I figured it wouldn't be until you return the locket. What's this about? First, I want to make sure we're on the same page. Let me give you a progress report on our investigation. Alright then, let's hear it. Van explained. Finally, they told Bruno they'd managed to get in contact with Senator Taylor's son, Roderick. Oh well, they certainly picked up the trail quickly. Trails of Daybreak. You said you robbed the hotel, but there's photos of the two terror attack victims. Thought you might have been the terrorist behind the attack, but I've changed my mind since. My guess is you just did exactly what you said. Robbed the hotel. Just so happened that you were in the middle of it when the place was hit by the terrorists, yeah? Those kind of coincidences only occur in stories. But that ridiculous scenario is exactly what happened that day. Yep, which also means the person we heard about that saved Roderick's life must have been... Make it sound more honorable than it was. I wasn't out to save a kid. My mom wasn't in all the dead people at the time. I thought that, hey, with the people dying all around me, no one would miss a thing or two. I guess it was more than just the family. Man, aren't you a nice fella? I guess the locket's one of those missing things. Even then, Roderick still wants to meet you. What? He asked us to bring you with him when we hand over the locket, actually. That's ridiculous. How could you want me to face him now? Well, Harry's written all over your face, man. You want to know what happened and whether the kid's still kicking. And that's why you hired us to get the locket back to him. You asked me, you should stop skulking about and just talk to him. What if he's like a little prick and he like gets the guy arrested? Damn, it's not that easy. He just needs one more push. I bet if he was honest about being the guy that stole the locket. If he doesn't want it, then maybe we could go into the guise of being someone else? How should Bruno meet Roderick? I mean, if we show up with some random dude, he's not gonna believe he's somebody else. Like, what's the point of the lie? I just feel like it would be so transparent that it would just kind of make him look like, obviously Roderick would know what's up, but I guess it could let him save a little bit of face and be a little more comfortable. I don't know. I just think you should meet him as yourself. Let's stop with the lies and just present himself as the thief. Stop making excuses and do it already. I know what Roderick's have to get from this meeting with you. The worst that can happen will be you reaping what you've sown. Alright, I'm gonna go this far. I might as well have the courage to take that last step. Could you guys be from Arcraft Solutions? You're Roderick, I take it? That's right. I'm the only survivor of the terrorist attack you've been investigating. I was only a kid at the time. Let me start by giving you this locket back then. Van handed the locket over. Thank you very much. I'll be sure to treasure it. I take it you're the one who had it this whole time? Yep, his name's Bruno. Oh, I guess he doesn't know that it was how we got the locket. Okay, that's why it was come as a thief or not. I guess I kind of didn't really think that we wouldn't have told him ahead of time that, like, hey, here's the full situation of who our client is. I kind of just assumed the full transparency was already there. So it was, hey, I'm just a dude who I was working and I saw it, versus, yeah, I stole this shit. Which, I mean, it wouldn't make a difference to me, really, I don't think. He's the man who stole it from the hotel you were staying at 20 years ago. And you're the thief who just so happened to target our room the same day those terrorists came for us? I just told the police you didn't remember anything at the time. Thought you'd forgotten me. I would never forget you. Then why'd you cover for me? Suppose it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, at the same time, even if he had said, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a dude trying to steal from my dad at the same time, they'd be like, yeah, okay, that's kind of low priority versus the mass terror killing. Like, imagine that, like, you're working at the you know, I mean, probably wouldn't be the normal police, but just for the sake of the wording, we're gonna say you're working for the police, and it's like, you know, most people are on the terror attack, and then it's like, actually, you're on the same case, but actually you're investigating the stolen watch. Like, can I work with the No, two separate cases. We keep them separate. You're on your own, looking for this watch. Everyone else is doing the real, you know, police work. I suppose it doesn't matter at this point. I'm sorry. I may not have been the man that killed your parents, but I still let them die. If you want revenge, I'll take it. You can even turn me into the cops if you want. I won't resist. Bruno. For 20 years I've wanted to meet you. For 20 years I wanted to say something to you. Thank you. Thank you for saving my life. When I woke up that night, the first thing I saw was two men standing by my parents' bed. Both of them drenched in blood. It was too late for my parents, and I was so scared I couldn't move. It would have been too late for me too if you hadn't appeared then. You didn't hesitate. You looked me in the eyes and immediately took my hand and led me out of the room. I'll admit, I noticed you pocketing Mom's locket as you did. Came to loot the place and wasn't going to leave empty-handed, huh? Yeah, that does come across as a bit more distasteful to take it right off their dead bodies. I mean, I don't think it's that bad, but it's a little bit worse to be like, hey, I'm in the middle of stealing from these people and then they got killed, as opposed to, you know, they get shot in the head and you're like, well, I mean, while I'm here. Like, it's a very minor difference, but it does feel a slightly bit more scummy. But you could also make the argument that it's like, well, at that point they needed even less, so maybe it's less scummy. I don't know. You still saved my life. You told me not to tell anyone about you after you left, and I listened. You're my hero. Still are. I think it's like, logically speaking, it's technically better to steal from them after they're dead, but like from an emotional standpoint, it feels worse than just, hey, I'm gonna steal a locket from a rich politician. Or presumably rich politician. May not necessarily be. Maybe he's like one of them good guys who's like, I just need the salary, which are, you know, almost non-existent. That's why I never told the police or my relatives about you. You've been secret this whole time. Tough nut to crack, huh? You idiot, I'm no hero. I didn't think I was gonna chance on a murder scene, and I led you away without even thinking about it. You had to go and thank me after that. You sounded so pitiful. One thing's intended to haunt me all these years. I started making more and more mistakes until I finally gave up thieving. I'm very sorry about that. Get that smile off your face. Guess I made those things to you I was able to change. Should be thanking you, not the other way around. It makes me genuinely happy to hear I was able to do something for you after everything you did for me. You sure are a piece of work, old man. Man, that was corny as hell, but I guess it's not that bad to see from time to time. Party kept Bruno and Roderick company as two of them talked for a while longer. Eventually they saw Roderick off, who, as much as he wished he could stay, was forced to leave for a business meeting. Well, I'm gonna head off. Make sure to wire your money later. Cheers. Listen, this is all thanks to you guys. What's that? Can you say that again? Forget it! See ya! When you get back home, all your kitchen's gonna be robbed. Take that, Van. Vans with these beasts still got it. Dude need to learn to speak his heart more. Right about that one. The Bruno departed, Van contacted Editor-in-Chief Sullivan to update her on what happened. She concluded there was no reason to publish what they had learned, as there were no threats to the public. And so it was that, unbeknownst to the world, the story of the former thief and the locket he stole came to a happy end.
That's a wrap.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Okay, got a little bit of everything. I guess I wonder maybe if you had him go as a normal person, it would have become like, ooh, a feel-good story, like, you know, let's put this in the paper. After 20 years, you know, survivor of terrorist attack reunited with family heirloom thanks to, you know, Good Samaritan. Sounds like I got mail. Ooh, you got a booty call? Shut up. This is a sexless series, okay? We just occasionally kind of gesture at the vague direction of it. It's from the CID. They got another job for us. Updates of a dangerous monster in the depths of the Dirk Memorial Park. Typical monster extermination gig, looks like. Heading to the Dirk Memorial Park. Never been to that place before. Guessing it's named after Sheena Dirk. It's on the outskirts of the city, so we'll have to drive a ways to get there. Unless they pick some place closer. Hold up, what's all the extra line breaks? Wait.
Yes. Make sure you treasure all of your memories.
What the fuck does that mean, you little asshole? This guy's a pain in the neck sometimes. What's the plan, Chief? Pay's decent enough, I guess. I think snatching out of the guild's grubby paws is the play here. We're gonna need to take the car though, so let's get back to the garage once we're done with everything else. Okay. But we will not be done with everything else. No. Station is always so full.
That's a relief.
You say anything? You had talk bubbles like you said. You had ambient chatter. But you said nothing. You liar.
See the movie.
Time we're at 30 minutes. Holy shit, he did it. Oh, we have one in Old Town. We have one in Tyrell District, I thought, not Old Town. Oh, I guess because now it's not required anymore. It's a green boy. So I was like, what's the green one for? But yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Because you only have to do like 2 of the quests, right? That was a pretty good side quest, though. Overall, I mean, it's a little too early to judge the side quests as a whole for the game, but in general, I feel like they're pretty good. Like, I mean, we still have like a few kind of like throwaway-ish ones. Like the mystery quest was kind of like whatever. But overall, I feel like the side quests are definitely like a bit more fleshed out and interesting than they've been in previous games. Like, at least as a whole. So far.
Now, what's it say?
So we got a forced Spriggan. My boyfriend's been missing for nearly a month now. Could you help me look for him? I'll be waiting for you at the rest area next to the Brothers Music Shop. I don't know what the hell that is. Since gone, I mean, all the boards have been checked. Only 3 tasks for today? Nice. Yeah, we met our quota for the day. We can take care of the other job if we want, but it ain't mandatory.
Right.
All right.
Oh, these are new things. Do they say anything? This is kind of too blurry. Lame. Oh yeah, it was this lady over here who was screaming, "I have a quest." Excuse me, are you Amy? We're from Arcrowd Solutions. You need our help with something? Oh yes, I do. Thank you guys for coming. I can't believe you're actually real. Not to be rude, do you mind if I get straight to the business and explain what I need? Not at all. Let's get down to it. Long story short, you just go hunt down your missing boyfriend, yeah? You tell us what happened leading up to a disappearance? Sure, so my boyfriend's name is Mark, and we've been going out for 4 years now. Things have been great between us, except he's in a gang. I've had him do shady jobs and all kinds of bad things since he joined, from what I can tell. That's why when I knew he was missing, I couldn't turn to the police. So you figured you had to call in a Spriggan if you wanted to get to the bottom of it? Exactly, but I should make something clear about Mark. I mean, a month is kind of a long time, though. He might be in a gang, but deep down, he's such a reasonable, honest guy. Really? Yeah, tell it to the people he's maybe hurt? Killed? Once you started dating, you promised he'd get his act together and change his ways. I was even thinking about marrying him in the future. Then a month ago, he told me that he was finally going to leave the gang for good. That's the last I ever heard from him. I haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. But he vanished right as he was about to pull out, huh? That's some timing. Any number of things could have happened, but it all definitely raises some eyebrows. You know the name of the gang he belongs to by any chance? Are we sure it's called like Desire or something along those lines? Are we sure this is a gang and not like a male strip group? That's all I really know. He never went into any more detail beyond the name when we talked. Desire, huh? What a corny ass name for a bunch of goons. You know, just some goons getting together, doing some desiring. You know who the people are, Chief? Oh yeah, I heard that name come up some here and right there recently. Can't say I know all that much about him myself though. We decided to search this guy. We'll have to see what we can learn about him first. I tried as much as I could look into it, but I couldn't figure out where Mark went. You guys are the only hope I have now. Please, is there any way you could possibly help? I guess. But like, what kind of gang are we talking about? Sure, I don't see why not. Consider us on board. Ah, thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. I'm not thinking it's just yet. We haven't even gotten started. Let's view what we know and then figure out our plan of attack. Basically, our man Mark was determined to get our desire so he could live clean. After making that intention clear, he's been incommunicado for a month, which brings us to today. My bets things didn't go to plan once the guy actually tried to pull out. Never does when I do. Probably need to find someone at the end of the gang and talk to them. Let's see if they have any clue what happened to the guy. You read my mind. I think I know just the person we should hit up. We're talking about a gangster here, then chances are good he's had his fair share of weapons business to take care of from time to time. I'm gonna stop at the gun shop in the department store over on Station Street and have a talk with the shopkeeper. You guys are already so on top of things. I'm so glad I decided to reach out to you. Well, thanks for helping me find Mark. I'll leave it in your capable hands to figure things out from now. You can always count on us professionals. We'll contact you again so you have more information about him. Till then, sit tight.
Okay, time to get to work.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you should cut your ties. Dude. I mean, if he's in like a real gang, like he's just like a piece of shit. Full stop.
What are we waiting for?
Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't really believe that, but...
This place never changes.
Our stores have
Also-
a wide variety of fine goods for
This
sale.
is also some of the American influence on Calvert. The fact that, you know, the gun store is inside the grocery store. You know, you get your cabbage, your wine, and your Glock. The same easy location.
Can we talk?
They don't actually sell handguns in grocery stores, though. Usually. I don't know. Well, I don't know. A lot of places, like, stop selling, or, like, chain places stop selling guns. Like, you know, you used to be able to buy them in Walmart. And I don't think you can anymore. I haven't really been in that section. I mean, I, you know, shot guns a lot when I was a kid, but kind of grew out of it, I guess. If it isn't Vam, what can I do for you today? I'm here on a job. Wanted to ask you a question. You ever heard of a delinquent group going by the name Desire? Nasty bunch, a lot of them. They ain't got a lick of scruples. They even take jobs from A. So yeah, they're full-on pieces of garbage. Like, fuck this guy. Violence, blackmail, you name it. Their leader's supposed to be pretty smart, too. Sounds like a load of trouble, to be honest. Is their leader's not a guy named Mark, right? Like, they're not following a dude named Mark. That leader and one of his goons came here about a month ago. Bought 2 large caliber orbital guns and left. I'd rather not sell our goods to folks like those, but business is business. Yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that. A month ago? Do you remember the name of this other goon? I think I do. Mark, if memory serves him well? No. I was thinking maybe they were going to set up that he's actually the leader, so he's like, oh, he's even more of a piece of shit. Jackpot, we finally found it, because you wouldn't expect him to be the leader. Anything else you can recall? I remember talking about Mark taking on this big job so he could split from the team. Guns they got were a real big deal. Heavy stuff, bigger and meaner than anything a common gangster should be hauling around. And you sold, like, come on, lady. There's like not even the slightest hint of plausible deniability. They're literally just openly talking about how they're going to use these guns to shoot people. Mark has a ball of nerves and I handed it to him. I'm dealing with gangsters taking on a big enough job and he used to bust out the big guns for it. All so he could leave him. None of this sounds good, I can tell you that much. You need any more info on Mark, maybe get it straight from the horse's mouth and just ask someone from Desire directly. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Can you point me at someone in particular? You know Eddie, the son of the Newberry General Store's owner? Oh yeah, that douche. Yeah. Mom, I'm not gonna clean my room. I'm a hardcore gangster now. Radio's going through a bit of a rebellious phase lately. We saw him arguing with his mom back at their shop. Never thought he'd end up in Desire, though. Weird. Hopefully he's still there. Let's go see. To Old Town we go. Don't mention it. Actually, I have something else for you. I heard this story through the Orbital Net recently. It took a while to reach my ears. Something about the Jaeger Corps that got wiped out right in the outskirts of Bomb? You hear about that? It's not a name you hear often. It's up there in the northeast, right? First I heard of it. How come you're telling us this? Rumor has it these Jaeger Corps were hired by someone outside the country. Most people speculate the carnage might have been A's doing. Got potential to mess with my weapon supply route, so I was hoping you heard something. Afraid not. I'll keep you in the know if I hear anything. Might be something to keep in mind. Okay?
Thank you for visiting
I
the
guess
Western
that's maybe
Department
important
Store.
for us. I don't think this Mark dude could be involved in wiping out the Jaeger Corps. That just doesn't seem likely. I just don't know if I believe a dude named Mark could do that. I don't think he's capable of that. No offense, any Marks out there? I think we will go ahead and call it here, though. Before we continue, we will end the video, and next time we'll wrap up the last of this quest, do our connections, and then probably just head over to the park if we have any remaining time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.